Then when can a law differentiate on the basis of sex? Never?
And I think being able to differentiate between those two is the Turing test you want me to perform.
Sure, us, they won't differentiate.
Hello and welcome to TalkWord. We're your guide to the English language, and today we are diving into a word that is absolutely essential for clear thinking and, just sounding sharp. So let's get right into it. You know that feeling, right? Maybe you're trying to tell identical twins apart, or you're shopping for a new phone and two models look almost exactly the same. You're staring at them thinking, what's the catch? What am I missing? It's a super common problem. How do we actually spot what makes one thing different from another? Well, guess what? The English language has the absolute perfect word for this very challenge: differentiate. And trust me, it's such a powerful word. It's not just about seeing differences, but about explaining them and even creating them. Okay, so first things first, let's really break down what differentiate means at its core. So at its simplest, to differentiate is just to pinpoint what makes things, well, not the same. It's about seeing a difference, for sure, but it's also about being able to show or explain that difference to someone else. So it's part observation and part communication. Knowing the definition is a great start, of course, but how do we actually use it in a sentence without sounding like we just swallowed a dictionary? Let's take a look.
Okay, so grammatically, you got two main options here. You can differentiate A from B, which really kind of emphasizes separating two things cleanly. Or you can differentiate between A and B, which is more about the act of comparing them side by side. Honestly, both are correct, and people use them interchangeably all the time. But it's a cool little distinction to have in your back pocket.
Let's see how this plays out in a real world. You might say, it's hard to differentiate between the two phone models. See, that's a direct comparison. But then you have, a chef can differentiate a high-quality olive oil from a cheap one. Here, it feels more like they're separating them into two different categories, good and not so good. These examples really show you how flexible the word is. But this is where the word gets really cool. Differentiate goes so much deeper than just spotting things that are already different. It can actually be an active, totally creative process. I like to think of it in 3 levels. Level 1 is just noticing something obvious, like this apple is red, that one's green. Easy. Level 2 is when you understand a more abstract difference, like the nuances between two political ideas. But level 3, the boss level, is when you create a difference. This is where the word becomes a full-on strategy. And this quote from the business world just nails it. A company isn't just sitting back and noticing a gap in the market, it is actively trying to create a unique space for its product to shine. At this level, differentiation isn't just observation, it's innovation. It's what makes something special. And that, right there, is the whole journey of this amazing word. It takes you all the way from the simple act of seeing something's different to the powerful strategic act of creating a whole new identity. It's a word of both perception and creation.
All right, so let's wrap up our little journey with this fantastic word and talk about what's next.
So, if you had fun diving deep into this one word, your journey doesn't have to stop here at all. You can keep exploring with the TalkWord app. It's loaded with engaging, podcast-style explanations for thousands of other English words. So go ahead, download it, and keep differentiating your knowledge.